So I want to start with a self-inquiry question. What determines if your heart is open or closed at any given moment? When you get mad at someone, do you close your heart to them? When you're attracted to someone, do you open your heart to them? When someone or something triggers you, do you close your heart or shut down? So back to my question. So what is it that's determining whether our hearts are open or not? Is it my heart and my true nature and my intention to walk with my heart open? Is that what's determining it? Or is it more random with these things outside of us? People, piss us off, or we get triggered, or we like this and we don't like that. I think a lot of times that's what determines if we keep our heart open or not. And then we hold grudges. They might, you guys have been working on yourselves for a while. So I'm not talking about a total grudge, but little grudges, so-and-so, my friend, just wasn't, there for me like I thought that, she should be. So I think I'm just going to hold a little grudge and maybe close my heart a little bit to her, And so that's what I want to explore. So my premise is, and my truth is, that we can keep our heart open. We can keep our heart open when we're mad at someone, when we're angry. We can keep our heart open when we're triggered by someone or something. It's trickier, right? It's a lot easier when, I'm feeling one, I'm happy, I'm in this awesome meditation, I'm out in nature, I can be open. But it's what really counts is when we get in a stressful or, kind of a challenging situation, which I would argue or contend that that's when we need our heart to be open the most. Right? Because when our heart's open, okay, we're in touch with our resources, our intuition, our compassion, our understanding, our clarity, our objectivity, our subjectivity, two sides of the same coin, perhaps. All of those things we're aware of and we're conscious of. When our heart's closed, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to access those things. So I used to ask the question, and I used to work on Camp Pendleton outside in San Diego County with Marines, and I was working we were working with PTSD and those types of things, and a lot of them were in combat. And I used to, ask them the question to help them understand their PTSD. It's like when you're in a firefight, when you're in the heat of battle, do you want to be open or do you want to be shut down? They don't call it open-hearted, right? They might call it vigilant or adrenaline or jacked up. But I'm sure there are a lot of chemicals going through their body at that time, for sure. But also, you want to be open and in touch with your resources and in touch with your instincts, or do you want to be shut down? When you're walking through a dangerous neighborhood in the city, do you want to be shut down or do you want to be open and in touch with your intuition and your instincts? It's like, well, I don't think I should go down that street. But anyway, this is a bit of an aside. Back to my question. Okay, so back to my response to my question, I guess. I'm having a conversation with myself again. So it's like, if it is possible to keep our heart open when we're stressed, if it is possible to keep my heart open when I'm in an argument with a friend or my significant other, or when I'm mad at my kid because he just did this or whatever else, if it is possible, or when something even triggers me, that's a little more challenging. We have a lot of awareness to do that. But if we say, right now, I've had conversations with people where it's just like, right now I can sense, I'm wanting to withdraw. Okay, I'm wanting to shut down. My pattern, my conditioning in the past, maybe I would have shut down at this point. But I'm going to choose, I want to stay here and I want to muck through this. I want to feel my way through it. So I'm triggered. Okay, I'm mad. I'm hurt. It hurt my feelings when you said that, you know, and so then we can use our skills. You know, it's like my friend Eve. It's like we can use our words like we're little kids, right? We can say, okay, you know, when you said that, it hurt my feelings. Okay, but we don't think to do that when we're triggered and shut down, right? We just go away. You know, we disassociate, we leave, we change the subject, we get pissed, we whatever, we push them away. But if we stay in it, okay, it's like, yeah, when you said that, it triggered me. Or when you said that, it hurt my feelings, you know? And here's the thing, I want to stay open. I want to stay connected to you. But let's have a dialogue. Let's have a conversation, you know, and let's stay open. And this is the external version. We can do this inside of ourselves too with self-talk. I want to stay open. You know, even if I don't want to say that to the person, say it's my boss, I don't want to admit that, whatever. I could just say, okay, I'm really mad at my boss right now. I'm wanting to shut down, but I'm going to stay open. And I'm going to stay in touch with my resources. So anyway, that is my video for this week. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an awesome week and that you're really enjoying your summer. It's a bit toasty here in Bend. Hopefully you're staying cool. And this week as you walk, I just invite you to observe, okay, you know, when do you open and close your heart? And what determines that? Are there things outside, you know, or is there an opportunity to be conscious of keeping my heart open? So I will see you in a week.